How do you do, everybody? Welcome to baseball action. The Wilmette Waves take on the Loyola Ramblers in the second game of a doubleheader in Illinois Summer Baseball League action. Wilmette won the first game by the score of 9-1, but we wipe the slate clean and start the second one here. Here's George Haraj. And the ball one, and we're underway. Game two. Harry Higgins, I believe it is, on the mound. Yep. A strike. The lock and load, and that's down low ball. And up high, a ball. And ball four. Start the second game, a walk to Haraj. Michael Southard fouls one off for a strike. Connor Lash on deck. Couple of lookovers by Higgins. And the pitch, up high a ball. There goes the runner, the throw, and stolen base. So runner at second. And swing and a miss, straight to Southard. The wind started off coming in from the west. It's now coming in from the east. And a ball. And the pitch low and inside the ball. One of the things about a wind shift like that is, of course, where we are physically located, as close as we are to Lake Michigan. Even in the summertime, the temperature drops a little bit. That's a base hit for Southard, and that's going to bring home a run. As Harris Yelm for the run. And Connor Lash, the batter. And Lash with the first pitch hitting fly ball on the giddy up. And center fielder takes it for the out. And Ben Geismeyer at the batter. And a hot shot. Fair ball down the line. And that's going to go for extra bases. They'll hold the runner at third. Southard. And into second goes Geismeyer. And Kayar, the batter. And a high bounder. They'll take the play at home. Nope. Back over to third. They got him. The run counts. Score that as a fielder's choice. Southard home to score. And Geismeyer out at third with the second out of the inning. Matt O'Brien, the batter. Yeah, strike. There goes the runner on the hit and run. Fly ball out to left field. Taker for the out. In the top half of the first inning. 2 runs on 2 hits. And Loyola leads the second game 2-0. As we go to the bottom half of the first inning, and Austin Brown will lead it off. Brown, Steinbach, and Mastros do up as the top of the batting order for the Waves. And a ball 1. And a ball. Can't believe we're at this point of the season already. We're getting the football schedule together, starting to get some of the hockey schedules together. Egads. Outside a ball. Ball 4, and Austin Brown draws the walk. Just past 63,000 games that I've worked in my life. Pitcher's high, a ball. A.J. Steinbach, the batter. Another ball. Yeah, strike. And I think that counts blackjack. I think. Ball 3. And ball 4. So 2 on. And Graham Mastros, the batter. Pitch outside the ball. Pitch is high, a ball. And well outside the ball. Two on. And dropping, drops him for the base hit. And the bases done due to be loaded. Jimmy Ertman, the courtesy runner at first, I believe. And a pitch outside the ball. Lewis Florida, the batter. Yeah, fouled away. One of the things about summer, though, when the wind blows in off the lake, you end up getting fog because the difference between the air temperature and the land temperature creates a fog. Drops in the hot side of the ball. Everybody playing normal depth. Shortstop playing close to second, though. Kind of a modified shift. So they are basically giving up the hole in left field. And a high fly of a ball. Right fielder comes in. Has it for the out, the tag. And the runner home to score. Austin Brown with the first run of the ball game for Wilmette, and it's 2-1. And fly ball on the giddy up, going back. Back pedal and take it for the out. Brendan Stressler flies out to left. And Sam Gossard, the batter. He hits a first pitch hitting ground ball. And over to first in time. So in the inning, 1 run on 1 hit, 2 walks, and 2 left. And we played 1. Loyola leading this one 2-1. New pitcher on the mound. Luca Schulmeyer now. Second game of the doubleheader, 5-inning game. High pop-up. Drifting back. And taking it is Steinbeck out and right. There you see that wind direction is changed. Blowing in into the faces here, including mine. Brendan Cohn, the batter. Temperatures dropped maybe 5 or 10 degrees from the start of the first game to now. Little ground ball, and that's going to get through for the base hit single for Cohn. So 1 out hit, puts him aboard. And outside the ball. Not first, running back. Getting the throw over, running back. Yeah, and outside the ball. And up high. Runner with lead. And in there for a strike. Sidewinder Schulmeyer on the mound. And a windshield whacker back behind us. Here goes the runner, a high little topper, picked up by Schulmeyer. Throws to first, got him. On the play over to second. Goes Cone. 2 out. And Nick loves it. And pitch inside. Corner for a strike. And ground ball. Right to the first baseman, step ball in the bag. That's Hayes, the first baseman. And that'll do it for the inning. We go to the bottom of the second. 2-1. Loyola leading Wilmette. And Reed Service leading it on. And swings and fouls went off for a strike. Both these games are pretty much meaningless. But it's summer baseball. And a pitch flowing inside the ball. And went fishing in the Skokie Lagoons on a low inside pitch. Strike 3. And Service out. Aiden Nicholson, the batter. Aiden playing shortstop in this second game. Outside the ball. Another one outside the ball. And in there for a strike. And ball forward. So 1 out walk to Nicholson. And Will Hayes, the batter. And P.J. Nilk has come on to be a courtesy runner. And a ball dropped in. Or a pinch runner. Wouldn't be a courtesy runner, it'd be a pinch runner. Will Hayes. And hits a fly ball. Right fielder. Charging in quickly. Has it for the out. Didn't judge it very well, apparently. Not the way you want an outfielder to catch a ball, but at least he caught it. Here's a look at Schulmeyer. Outside the ball. And ball forward. So 2 free passes in the inning. And Austin Brown, the batter. And strike. And another strike. And smells something of a comebacker, not really. And a little ground ball. The force shot at second. And we're done with the second. At the end of 2, it's 2-1. Loyola leading Wilmette. And baseball from Wilbur Duke Childs Field in Winnetka. I'm one of the few people that know who Wilbur Duke Childs was, can keep his memory alive. He was the first athletic director at New Trier. Actually led the basketball team to state finish, Final Four. George Harris, ground ball, little comebacker, 1-3 on the putout. Southard, the batter, takes a pitch outside the ball. Swing and a miss, straight. The one thing about the sidearm delivery, apparently, of Schulmeyer, they seem to come up and in and kind of drop a little bit. Here's a strike. One and two the count to Southard. Connor Lash on deck. And fouled away. Another one fouled off. Outside the ball. I was thinking of Schulmeyer with his problems keeping that hat on his head. Charlie Tilson had that problem when he was with the Chicago White Sox. So Abreu, and I forget who the other one was that did it, but they actually taped the helmet, his hat onto his head. High pop-up. And left fielder takes it for the out. 2 away. Connor Lash, the batter. And he gets clunked. And we got a pinch runner out there. Jack Bartholomew. Ben Geismeyer. He doubled his last time up. And then ended up getting thrown out at third on a bang-bang play. And a high pop-up out towards center. Center fielder drifted back a little bit to take it. And that'll do for the inning. In the inning, no runs, no hits. A hit batter and a man left. Go to the bottom half for the third. Halfway home with the ball game. In a 5-inning affair. A.J. Steinbach. And a ball. Bounces in for a ball. AJ on his way to setting a record, I think, for the summer for the baseball combination of both regular season and the summer. Getting hit by the pitch, but this time he walks. Second walk issued to Steinbach. And Graham Estros, the batter, singled his last time up. Pitch outside the ball. He's a approaching, being hit by a pitch 20 times. Steinbeck with the lead off first. And fly ball. Center fielder had him played pretty well. Over a little bit and caught it. One away. Lewis, Florida. There goes the runner. And stolen base for Steinbeck. And a fly ball. That's going to get out past that right fielder, back to the fence. And Florida will stop at second and exchange places with Steinbeck. And Dalton Hastings, the courtesy runner. Here's Sean Ropka batting for Stressler. I think Stressler left it for his other team. Pitches inside a ball. He's one who's dual rostered in the summer. And a hot shot. And that's a base hit. And that'll score Hastings. So the single for Rupka. And Sam Gossard, the batter. Pitch outside the ball. And 2 runs in the inning. High bounder. Shortstop steps on the bag, throws to first in time for the double play. In the inning, 2 runs on 2 hits, a walk, and nobody left. And a ball 1. Wilmette leading this one now 3-2. Hayar batting. And swing and a miss. Looked like it was a little bit high. Up above the shoulders, maybe even. And well outside the ball. Yeah, foul ball. Yeah, a little tapper right at the plate. And stays alive, a little foul ball. Top of the 4th. And we're playing 5. Second game of a doubleheader. And fly ball. Bad jump, but didn't get very far. And 1 out. Matt O'Brien, the batter. Yeah, straight. Fisted away, foul ball. Another one fouled away. Yeah, well outside the ball. And ball 4. So 1 out walk. And 1 aboard. Yeah, straight. Runner with lead. And foul ball. Another one fouled away. And high and outside the ball. And swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 away. Brendan Cohn takes a strike 1. Lucas Schulmeyer on the mound. Little foul ball. And for the high school players, high school age players, we've hit the dog days of baseball. Late in the season, played a lot of games. Fouled away. Windshield whacker. For a lot of the pitchers, their arms are getting to be a little rubbery. Throw to second on a time, stolen base. And a base hit single. Puts runners at the corners. And first pitch inning, got a gapper out there, out beyond AJ. Out in the right. And into second. And we're tied up. Inside the ball. Nick loves it. And he pops one foul. Another one fouled away. I take that back. Loyola scored 2 on that double and have taken the lead here. 4-3. And slashing single to right. And here comes the runner home, and he'll make it easily. And it is 5-3. Back to the top of the batting order. George Harris, throw the first runner back. Not the lead his camera worked to that one, but you got the idea. And one bouncer. Right to second. Fielder's choice. Force out. And we go to the bottom half of the 4th. It's 5-3. Loyola leading Wilmette. Second game of the doubleheader after Wilmette won the first one. Here's Reed Service. And a pitch low ball. And foul ball. And up high for a ball. And ground ball. Second baseman, the first, in time for the out. One away. Here's P.J. Nelt. He came on as a pinch runner in the second and has taken over for Aiden Nicholson here. Batting on his own accord. And straight. Will Hayes on deck. And Luca Schulmeyer in the hole. Swing and a miss. Strike three. 2 down. And Hayes with a wake-up call back towards us. Yeah, strike. And line shot to right. That's a base hit single. Hayes aboard. With the 2-out single, and Luca Schulmeyer, the batter. He walked his first time up. And strike one. And the ball low and outside. And low and outside the ball. And a strike. Well outside the ball. Another one fouled away. Looked to be a contact play. Two out makes sense. Inside ball four, and for a second time in the ball game, Schumacher draws a walk. Back to the top of the batting order, and Austin Brown. He takes James Carabas batting for Brown. And fly ball, center fielder, nice reach out catch for the out. And we are done with the fourth. 5-3, Loyola leading. outside the ball. Can kind of tell where we are in the proceedings here and whatever. This is let's see. Fourteenth player to be used here in the game, and new pitcher on the mound. Carabas is pitching. Pop foul up onto the dugout. I go back to the old Cyclone fence dugouts here. We're here for almost 60 years. High outside the ball. And he started, let's see, they started playing here about 1955 or so. Moving over from the high school. And if you saw what that old high school field was like, you'd understand why they wanted so desperately to find a new place to actually play baseball and what they had over there. There's the fly ball out towards center. And taken for the out. And going very quietly in the top of the fifth. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. Go to the bottom half of the frame. Last chance for the Waves. And A.J. Steinbach leads it off. There were no dugouts, to give you an idea. And there was no real outfield fence. They just put up snow fence. Temporary fencing. And left field, the football field fence got in the way. And there really wasn't an infield. They had openings for the bases, dirt. The rest of it was all grass. Ground ball over to first in time. The dugouts were just a bench. Just benches, just out in the open benches. Graham Bastros, the batter, as A.J. grounded out third to first. Here's a strike. No, I never covered games went out there. I mean, I do remember seeing the old benches that were still out there. And the backstop, which was basically a little one-piece jobby. I mean, I remember seeing it. They stopped using it when I was just a real young kid. Foul ball. The Astros. And then they moved over to this field and named it in honor of Wilbur Duke Childs, the first. Nice running catch. Beautiful running catch out in center. Two down. And it's all up to Lewis, Florida here. Yeah, it's a ball. Foul ball. Another one fouled away. And up high, a ball. Last game of the regular season, ground ball. Over to first, and we are done. For the Ramblers, 5 runs on 6 hits, no errors. They were struck out 1 time, walked 2, 4 left on base, and 2 stolen bases. For Wilmette, 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors. They were struck out 2 times, walked 4, 5 left on base, and 1 stolen base. So that'll do it for us for this game. And for the Illinois Summer Baseball League regular season for Wilmette, on to the playoffs. And for all of us here at the network, we say as always, thanks for watching and so long, everybody. This has been a Metro Chicago Sports Network copyrighted presentation. All rights reserved.